What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Inkshade. This game reimagines what if Inscryption was instead not about a card game. What if Inscryption was surrounding a D&D campaign? So you've kind of got like the scary game master that's lurking in the shadows, and you can walk around the room and you can like look at things, and there's little environmental escape room puzzles in between the different legs of the D&D campaign or whatever it is that you're trying to play. I think that's a particularly compelling idea because I only really liked the first chapter of Inscryption. After that, I felt super bamboozled and just kind of like tapped out on the entire game. So this is a cool idea, not only because I'm not a big card game guy either. This is taking the visual and audio support of something like Inscryption and the escape room ideas and combining it with a role-playing game, which I think is actually really, really cool and fun. And I think there's a lot of really rad options here for them to make this into a truly memorable experience. The developers fired over the demo a couple of weeks ago, but it was embargoed until today. I wasn't allowed to show it to you. So today we're going to play the game for about 35 minutes, do some first impressions, see if the game is something that you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games you would rather not play for yourself. That's perfectly fine as well. You'll find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down below just in case you wanted to get down on in there and click on them and give them the old cuddle. But let's play the game and knock this thing out, shall we? Ah, you're finally awake. Let's get started. Sit. We're gonna play a game. You are a captain, and you have one objective. Sail your airship into the abyss. But alas, Captain, two critical things elude you. A star point, and a vessel. Maybe if you spend some time bumbling about, you'll find what you seek. Now choose a path. Due north is your choice, if you insist. I'm sure the locals are friendly, and don't do anything beyond the norm. They certainly wouldn't murder outsiders. Far to the north, just before the edge of the continent, lies Port Mercador. You can contract an airship there, and if you have completed the star point, you can sail further north still. Now, begin your journey, Captain. The time has come for you to fight. Dude, it got like goo. You see that? A bunch of goo came out when the hole opened and splattered all over the table. You see an underground passage. It beckons you to submerge yourself and fade into the cool black nothingness. But villagers bar your path, and so they must die. At the start of each encounter, pieces are drawn from your collection. It seems you only have a lowly wretch. How fitting. Take a look around the board. Place the wretch on a starting tile. Okay, there's my wretch. There's our starting tile. When you think you're ready, and at least one of your pieces is on the board, press the button to begin the match. The button may also trigger if you slam your side of the desk hard enough. I don't know exactly where you need to strike, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Okay, so we've got a number of different controls we can play around with here. You can rotate the camera a little bit. Honestly, the setup for combat kind of reminds me of War Tile a little bit. They're working on a new game called, Successor, that looks really, really good. I've enjoyed the last couple demos that I played around with. So here we are, ready to fight. Is there a way for me to... There we go. Tilt this down further this way. I like this view better. And then click the button. You go first. Select your wretch. Good, your fingers still work. Let's see how your memory fares. The blue tiles indicate how far you can move. Orange tiles indicate maximum attack range. Red dots show where you may attack from. Move your piece next to mine. Okay. Oops, I misclicked. That's my bad. Judging from the numbers right here, though, I don't think we would have been able to win anyways because we would have dealt 2 damage. And we have less health than him, so, like, the misclick, it seems like this is an arranged failure anyways. I just sort of added extra failure on top of that the developer didn't intend. And this is why playtesting is important. Alas, it seems the wretch has perished. When one of your pieces dies, it will remain dead for the entire adventure, and if your entire crew perishes, well, you lose. What's this? The lowly wretch met a terrible fate. Shocking. It's clear that your starting crew is too weak. There are spare pieces in the cabinet by the door. You'll find them if you follow your ears. Now go and collect them. Oh, and until you've collected all 3, do not return. Well, I'm a contrarian. Like, I kind of have to do it now. You still haven't collected all of the pieces. Find them in the cupboard by the door. Aw, dude, that was a really good opportunity for them to jump scare the player and just be like, and have him, like, grab you because you came back to the table without doing his bidding. Cabinet by the door. There's a rack by the door over there. There are loads and loads of things in this room that are interactable. You can click on just about everything and he'll monologue or something like that. But let's stay on task here and see some gameplay. So it looks like we've got a cabinet over here. And that jiggled right there, so it's got like a secret cabinet lock. There's a guy with what looks like a mahuatl. It looks like there's a little guy with a sword. And it looks like there's a guy with a shovel. Okay, well, we've got all 3 pieces. Can I close the door again? Is that something that I can... What is that? It's like a little jiggle lamp. I don't know what it does, but maybe it'll be important later. Like I said, just about everything in the room is interactable. You can interact with the keyhole, you can interact with the dagger, the map, the candle, the spyglass. If you see it sitting around in the room, there's some kind of interaction you can do with it, which I'm sure will lead to interesting things. You were defeated on your last journey, and so you've got to start from the beginning. Perhaps this time your performance won't be so disappointing. You need an airship, and the northern lands can oblige. Cut down all who stand in your way. The morning air invigorates you. You feel that you will succeed this time. Well, that's positive. I appreciate your input. You anticipate strife in the future. It is a good thing you brought a crew. The journey north starts with a single cave that's perhaps the one truth of your map, despite the verbose claims made by the cartographer who sold it to you. Okay, so what does this little guy do? He's got like 2 movement, or is that 2 health? I don't know. The iconography, maybe that's how far he can move. Alright, I don't know. I mean, this guy looks tough right here. He's got 3 HP, so let's put him maybe out in front. This guy right here also has 3 HP, and then little guy with a spear, he's only got 2 HP, so we'll put him in the back, and then we'll click the button. Oh, and by the way, if you think that your defeat is inevitable and you would like to end your journey early, press the button on the left. Doing so forfeits the match, which will have the same effect as losing. The button has a tendency to stick, so you may have to press it more than once. Okay. Anyways, now that you have a larger crew, things should be easier. Also, if you haven't noticed, you can inspect my pieces. Doing so will reveal how far they can move, their maximum attack range, and the tiles where they can attack from. Proceed. Okay, so he can move over to there. He can kind of move over to there. Okay. So we want this guy to go over to here. And then smack that fool. Good stuff. Where can this guy attack from? From right there? I don't know if I want to attack from right there, though, right? Because this guy... It said that this guy can move up to here. Yeah. So let's have our tanky guy. Well, actually, I think somebody's getting smacked or somebody's not going to get to attack either way. And I'm interested in eliminating enemy resistance on the first turn. So I'm going to stab and murder everybody. I'll reward you for defeating my pieces. What did you get? Scrip. You appear confused. It's a currency. These little gold coins your kind is so fond of. I'm surprised you don't remember even that. Regardless, earn script by killing my pieces. You will also earn bonus script for winning an encounter, and the bonus will be larger if it takes fewer turns. Oh, and there's another thing I forgot to mention. You don't need to move your pieces to attack. Select them once or twice without moving, and the piece can attack from where it stands, so long as the enemy piece is in range, that is. But be cautioned, if you select a piece 3 times in a row, it will hold position. And after issuing such a command, you may not touch the piece until your next turn. Oh, really? So this game is kind of vicious. Now, those of you who don't know, you've never played a board game with my dad, My dad is a big fan of brutal board game rules. It's been that way since I was a kid. There's a reason Monopoly is just flatly outlawed in my family home. You're not allowed to play it because my dad likes fun rules like if you touch a piece, you have to play it. My dad likes fun rules like if you go around the Monopoly board and you forget to ask for your $200 and the next person takes their turn, you no longer get your $200. Our household is full of strife when it's board game night. So, you know, this makes sense to me. I understand the lay of the land that I'm now playing at. Let's move over here. We'll murder these little guys, and they're now dead. We get $2. Is this guy actually going to move forward? Or like, what? I'm going to move over to here. What? He's got an ability or something, dude. I know that he does. Move up to there, and then stay. Okay, so it's kind of contextual. It takes a little bit of figuring out. I'm going to let him smack me once just for fair play because, you know, his team is getting brutalized right now. I think inside the confines of the lore, we're just like slaughtering peasants right now. So I don't think we're the good guy in this campaign. It's one of those like lawful evil, neutral evil campaigns. As you step over the final villager's body, the sound of scraping rock drifts into your ears. 2 shadows are seen in the cave's mouth. 2 new foes or 2 new candidates for the crew. Are those your hands? How come you've got so many fingers? How did that end up? The Illuminary. I didn't even look. I thought I was going to get both of them. So, like, they didn't say, like, choose one. And so I thought I was going to get both. So I clicked through haphazardly. When you add a new piece to your crew, that piece will end up here. You may see your active crew from within this box. But know that if your journey is cut short, all of the crew members that you've added will be lost, and the pieces will be reset to your starting crew. Have you ever played a card game? Think of the pieces in the box like your deck, and the pieces you draw before combat is your hand. If you've never touched a card in your life, well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. Why don't you try placing your face in the box now? My face? Okay. I put my face in the box. Battle awaits. Alright, what did we get? Deeper in the cave, torches guide your steps. They also guide your foes, who seek to end your journey. This board contains a special golden tile. If one of your pieces ends their turn here, and they survive my turn, then you will win the match. You can still win by defeating all of my pieces. I know you'd find the bloodshed preferable. Yeah, but you said that I get bonus gold based on how fast I complete, right? So I should probably just speed my way over there and get it done. We've got our 3 HP knight right there. We've got our... Is that an axe or a shovel? It's an axe. Okay, so we've got our 3 HP guy right there, and then we've got our little spear guy over here. Let's put him down, and let's do this thing. Click the button. I like the clickety-clack analog sound they give me for pushing the button. You go over there, smack him. You go over here, smack him. 2 gold right there. You're going to go this way, and we're going to try to race around to get to there, but if he's not there by the end of the next turn, I'll probably just slaughter this guy. Wait, what did he just do? I can't see. What was over there? He did something. What did he do? He did something. I don't know what he did, but he did something. You guys come over here, and then you go for the destination. Smack him up. Maybe he drops bonus gold because he looted in the middle of our turn. Ow, dude. Don't punch my little wooden guy. You make your way over to the destination point. I can't hit the button, but I've got somebody in position now. Okay, we only got the 2 gold right there. Doesn't look like there's anything smackable over there. The game is very dark, but there are exposure settings and things that I can play around with inside the options, so it may be my fault right now. What did he just do? Is he like an archer? Hey, money's money. Amidst the darkness, you stumble across an exit. At least you assume it's an exit. Let's find out where it leads. So we've got a villager. We've got whatever that thing is. I don't know what that is. That guy has 1 HP and 1 move. What is that? I clicked the middle thing because I wanted to find out what it was. I think our gold is listed right there is what it looks like to me. Is there anything else clickable on the game board? I don't know. Maybe that was their way of doing like a skip button so that you don't, if they're doing like deck builder aspects here, they always have like a skip option available so that you don't pollute your deck with a whole bunch of things that aren't pulling towards your ultimate synergy. So maybe that's what it was, is it was just like me passing on whatever acquisition was there. Interested in a tale, are you? A truly wonderful land once existed. It consisted of 4 regions, and it was unified, prosperous. But most importantly, it kept to itself. Like most everything, however, such a haven could not avoid certain horrors, like the entropic decay of everything that exists. That's a part of the reason why you only have 3 paths to choose in this game we're playing. The leathery slide of weapons unsheathing. It's like music. Light pours in from the center of the chamber. It's an ideal place to rest your weary group, but like so many things that you desire, rest will not be granted. Okay, what did we get this time around? We got Mahuatl guy, I'll put him right there. We got Axe guy, I'll put him right there. And we've got the Knight, we'll put him right there. So far, I'm not seeing a big difference between all of my units, though. They're kind of just like little dudes that all have 1 attack value. I was hoping that we'd have like little wizards and things in here. Do you remember what I told you about your rewards for combat encounters? You were in script for defeating my pieces. The current kill reward is here on the bottom left, while the kill count is on the bottom right. As well, if you can finish a map quickly before the red turn counter runs out, you will earn bonus script that's in the upper tray. But the amount decays after the timer reaches 0. Turn by turn, your reward will deplete. You're welcome to try and optimize your play, but for now you might as well just try to survive. Though choosing to dawdle will ultimately slow your progress. Fairly obvious advice, wouldn't you say? And just so you know, even if you lose the encounter and your journey ends, you will still keep the script for your kills. Okay, so we've got like meta progress or something happening. Looks like they've got 2 more guys back there. This guy's got 2 HP, but I can't really get to him just yet. He can move up to there and attack me, though, so I'm going to move back by 1. And we're just going to hang out for a second and let them do their thing. Oh. They killed that guy. Why did they kill him? Now I'm curious. Okay, move over to here. Kill that one off. Get us a gap. Move over here. Kill that one. Get us a gap. I'm splitting the party right now like I'm Scooby-Dooing, which in general in video games you never want to do, but hopefully it works out. How's my tray looking right now? So we've got a couple of turns left. Oh, I like how it piles the coin up in the little hoppers. Sick, dude. That makes me feel rich. Is there something over? Oh, there's 2 more guys over here. There's also a guy over here. Could barely see him in the dark, but like he's there. You move over here maybe. Take him out. Okay, a little bit of damage taken right there. Let's start pulling back and maybe regrouping. Let's take this little guy and maybe bring him back to here. Just to sort of protect ourselves. It doesn't look like there's more coming. The moss and ferns seem to jostle slightly. They have at least 1 more meal today. Yeah, that's got to be the skip. So we've got the Mortem and the Hunter. Is the Hunter ranged? Can he shoot from a distance? Because that sounds really useful to me. Let's take him. Do I want to take more fights? Or do I want to take... I want to see what the campfire is. I can appreciate a desire for knowledge. The people in that land, the one I mentioned before, craved more than what they had, more than what they were due, and they expanded outwards and upwards, into the ground, across the skies, wherever they could imagine they went, and this included a forbidden place where they were never meant to go, but they tried all the same. What's the campfire do? Haggard travelers surround a campfire. They look desperate. With a sly tongue, you might convince them to join you, but you only have enough food to conscript one. The other will have to fend for themselves. Mortem or a villager? He's at least got 3 HP. I don't even know what this little guy does right here. For all intents and purposes, it doesn't seem like he'd be useful for much with 1 HP and 1 attack. I'll take him. Like the setting of the sun, conflict is inevitable. Ooh, I like the battle map. The scent of roasting meat fills the air. A quiet conversation reaches your ears. The ladder is abruptly cut off as you merge into the clearing. Okay. So what did we pull? We've got our little hatchet guy. We've got just a dude with a... We've got a guy with a lantern, actually. I don't remember picking him up, but okay. Put him over there. And then we've got our knight. We're going to need to amass our fire pretty aggressively if we want to win this. So getting enemies off the board, I think, is going to be really the only way to pull this thing together. They do indeed have bows and arrows. Luckily, it doesn't look like they focus fire. Oh no, dude. Archers will get him on the next turn. Am I able to, like, draw more guys out of my little haversack? You know what I mean? Oh, you can't attack up a level? Well, that's filthy. Again, your crew died. It looks like you need more help than I thought. Take the key. It'll unlock the parlor. There's a very special item in there, one that you can use to make your pieces stronger by exchanging script for power. I suggest you find it before trying again, Captain. So the lighting needs work in a lot of places, I would say. I would say the game, like, errs on being a little too dark when he's handing you stuff. There should be, like, a light that pulls down from the top. There should be, like, a little spotlight, basically, that comes down from the top whenever he hands you something. Or from the bottom, even. Like, one of the little gems could light up, and it just throws a soft light that sort of you could extract. Like, from the bottom, the shadows would be on the wrong side. But if you put it at, like, an angle, it would work. So that the player can see what they're being handed a little bit better. Let's go over here, and we need the key to the parlor. Okay, so inside the parlor, he said that we would find... Were there eyes in that armor? What was that? Oh, no, don't like that at all. Okay, I don't want to play the game anymore. This is feeling like possibly one of the most hostile D&D tables I've ever played at. There's gold over here. So it looks like we can actually find the little shekels or whatever they are all over the map. So now that I know there's treasure around, I'm going to try to collect it. What is that? A lighter? Can I light candles now? Let's see if I can brighten up the front room real fast. It's kind of dark in here. Can I light the candle? No, I can't light the candle. Well, that's a bummer. I just picked up a lighter, so I thought maybe I could light the candle and the room would be a little bit brighter. Not that one either. Well, damn. The lantern sat there for some time. I've grown quite fond of it, in fact, so no, you may not have that. Okay, that's fine. I found a lighter, so I was trying to be you know, utilitarian, but it would be nice to be able to light the candles and stuff. Can I turn on the lamp? No. Is that a button? It kind of looks like a button. Do those open? Ugh. Ooh. Sure. I'll turn my back on a gropey, graspy the thing if it means I get gold. What is this? Oh, it's gonna... Oh. Interesting. What is that? Oh, there's a little guy right there. Sick, dude. I wonder if there's anything that implies the... Oh. Hold up. How does the order look over here? There's an X on the floor right here. First, third, fifth, sixth. So first, third, fifth, sixth. It worked! So there's a little guy right there that's got like a book or something. There's a little guy right there that doesn't even have a weapon. He's just got 2 balls. We've got some coins over here. I'll grab all the... Can I like change the angle to get more coins? Because I think I see more coins. I'm very greedy. Sorry. Like when it comes to video game matters, I'm incredibly greedy. Like when it comes to like real life matters, I'm like, whatever. Ah, there you are. You know, it's rather dark down here. I suggest you find a lantern before you advance, Captain, and before you ask, given your diminished state, the fallen light behind you would be much too heavy. However, there is a handheld lamp hiding in the parlor, which should be easy enough to find, assuming you don't get distracted by the artwork. Off you go. I didn't get, like, distracted by the artwork. There's something back there. Hey! Money! And there's our lantern. Okay. Does that one... Oh, that one moves too! A little archer guy. Okay. What about this one? Ah, skunked. I suppose 2 out of 3 is still pretty good. I didn't even think about checking the paintings. More money on the desk over here. I'll definitely take that. Let me get all the cash. And what is this thing? It looks like it's referencing the classes that we've seen already. Oh, it tells you their stats, dude. It's a creative way to show off stats. So over here... Yeah, okay, I think I see what's going on here. It looks like they have a magic stat, too. Oh, you upgrade them here. This is also where you buy your upgrades to make them move further and, like, hit harder. So in the case of the Squire, let's give him some HP. The Archer, let's make her hit harder. That sounds like the play to me. Nice. The Scholar, so that was the little guy with the book. Oh, he's got magic, okay. And he's actually got a ranged attack right there. Interesting. Oh, I can increase the amount of deployment tiles that I get too, and I can increase how many units I get to draw. Well, let's do that then. That sounds good. That sounds like a decent thing to spend my hard-earned cash on. No clue what that clockwork thing is back there, but there's another little guy right here. And right there. Alright, let's go down into the basement now and see what they got going on down there. I am much more interested in the escape room mechanics. Listen, I can go out there and I can play a million billion games that have you go, I go combat with RPG stats and roguelite elements, alright? There's not a lot of escape room games out there that also combine with those. Okay. Man, do you have to do that? Was that necessary? We're trying to play a friendly game here. Get all those lit up. Can I open the traveler's trunk? This thing definitely opens. Bunch of candles and money down in there. That's just the fireplace pokers and whatnot. Oh, almost walked right past him. There he is, little guy with a knife. And a pretty serious stack of change, in all honesty. Anything else around? Well, I don't have the key that goes in there, but hey, we solved everything that I think we can solve for now, unless I've just completely and totally missed something, which I wouldn't put that outside the realm of consideration or possibility, but... Ooh, the drawer's open. I'll take another little guy. I have never met another creature who was compelled to touch everything. I can't help it, dude. I'm tactily stimulated. I like textures. You ever, like, wear socks for too long, and then it leaves, like, those little indents on the sides of your leg, and then, like, when you run your fingers across it, it feels both good on your fingers, but then also the indented part of your leg also feels really good while you're doing that? Exactly. So if it applies there, why wouldn't it apply to other things? I don't feel like I'm being weird right now. I feel like that's a general purpose thing that everyone likes to do. Is that an armadillo? What are you guys eating over here? Food can wait, Captain. These drawers open too. I don't know if they did before. I clicked on them, but hey, money's good. What about the ones at the bottom? Do those open? They don't have a knob or anything. It does make like a little clickety-clack, clattery bones bouncing around in a tin can noise whenever you're near a figurine. Alright, listen for the sound of anything I might have missed, but I think we're good to resume the game. A captain without an airship is no captain at all, and so you must reach Port Mercador to acquire a vessel. Port Mercador is really stacking up to be kind of a difficult journey, huh? This right here is a game called Inkshade. I think it's compelling. I think it's interesting. I think that the escape room aspects of it very much carry the fact that as of right now, from what I've played, it looks like a very, very simple turn-based strategy game. But as you develop more ways to do things, I'm guessing that'll probably change. And like, it'll be interesting to see if they add little synergies to these guys, if they hold certain formations, what kind of abilities you end up getting. I'm guessing this seems like a slow burn game. I'm guessing that the combat is going to get more complex as it goes along, and they're starting you out sort of in the kiddie pool with, you know, just your toes in the water. But for right now, it's compelling. I like it. It's interesting. The only thing out there that I've seen that's kind of like it is Shotgun Roulette and Inscryption. So I think there's still a wide open field for these sorts of games out there, just in case people wanted to slide through and give it a whack. I do think that the overall Inscryption escape room idea is very, very untapped right now, and it seems to track into something primal for a lot of gamers. Like, there's a lot of people out there that really are passionate about liking the first chapter of Inscryption. The chapters after the first chapter, after you, well, I can't even say without spoiling, can I? But anyways, the parts after the first chapter, people seem very mixed on in my experience, and I would be one of those people. But I like what they're playing around with. I am definitely curious to play more, and this is definitely the type of unique title that I tend to dump hours into and get really infatuated with. So Inkshade, check it out. I got a link for you down below in the description. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging out, folks, and that's all I got for you. Goodbye.